Eating healthy on a GLP-1 medication, it can get really expensive. So here's how you could eat smart, save big, and still be satisfied while saving money on a GLP-1 medication. Hi, I'm Lori, and this is GLP-1 Journey in Review. I'd like to thank Mochi for sponsoring this video. We'll talk about them just a little bit. Let's talk about why meal planning saves you the most money. Appetites, they fluctuate, and that could cause wasted food. Wasted food equals more money. So planning prevents this. Takeout splurges, impulse buying, they can add up quickly. Families can save $50 to $70 a week through meal planning, and we're going to talk about how. First thing you do, have a game plan in the grocery store. Pick 3 to 4 base proteins for the week. Plan overlapping ingredients. For example, breakfast protein shakes, egg muffins, lunch, lunch bowls, soup, wraps. Dinners could be sheet pan or air frying meals. Note that smaller GLP-1 portions stretch ingredients even further. Start with a grocery list. Compare prices and compare unit prices instead of just total prices. That can be very deceiving. You can buy frozen fruits and veggies and fish. Then there would be less waste. More waste equals more cost. You could use store brands that will save you money, and most store brands are just as good. Let's talk about some protein hack. Most grocery stores have a rotisserie chicken. That could be several meals, and that can help save money. Buy your eggs in bulk. Now, I know eggs are expensive these days, but dollar for dollar, protein for protein, they're still fairly inexpensive. Fairlife products, they're a good protein source. So look for them and possibly look for them on sale. Canned tuna. It can make lunches, dinners. It could be a really good protein item. I always suggest people shop midweek evenings for the best markdowns. Keep up on your pantry staples. Buy them when they're on sale and stocked up. Canned fish, beans, frozen broccoli, broth, sauces, salsa, and spices. They can all be bought while they're on sale and stored in your pantry or your freezer. This is a very good money saving tip. Buy bulk protein powder, electrolyte packages, and season blends. Now I want to take a moment to talk to you about Mochi. I've been using Mochi for about 2 years. I think that they're great. Their prices are more reasonable than most. There's a $79 monthly fee, which includes your healthcare provider visit with a dietitian. It also includes prescriptions for sleep tests. And did you know that Mochi also carries name brands? Yep, if you want to take name brands, Mochi could prescribe them and they'll help you with your insurance to get authorization. They're experts at this. They know the ins and outs. And if you can't get a prior authorization, then you could talk to the healthcare provider about getting compound. They only use reputable pharmacies, which makes me feel a lot safer. You have unlimited visits with your healthcare provider. If I have a question, I just hop online and schedule an appointment with my healthcare provider. They could usually get me in that day or the next day. If I'm finding that I can't, I just call customer support, which is excellent, and they get me in. You could start your journey on semaglutide for $99 a month or tirzepatide for $199 a month. Mochi makes it possible for me to continue with my journey. And they also have a plan if you're in maintenance. Some companies, once you hit your goal, you're gone. But Mochi does have plans for maintenance. I just love Mochi. And they carry other peptides that you may be interested. So talk to their healthcare provider. And if you go down below into the description, I have a link and a code that will save you $40 off of your first visit. So you could actually start your journey at $39 and $99 for semaglutide or $199 for tirzepatide. I just love mochi. Another tip for saving money and meal prepping is if you double your recipe and freeze individual portions, you'll have plenty for later. And buying in bulk does help you save money. Just put a label on it, freeze it, and rotate your meals. Some of the ideal foods to freeze are turkey chili, salmon and vegetables, egg muffins, quinoa, stir fry. Now, personally, I try to freeze these pre-portioned so that I only take out what I need. Therefore, there's less waste, more saving money. Who doesn't want to save money? I know I do. And if you have leftovers, be creative. If you had salmon one night, the next night you may want to have a salmon wrap with vegetables or an omelet or a stir fry using the salmon. It doesn't have to be the exact meal. Try to have the mindset of cook once, eat twice. To me, that's a great philosophy. This highlights zero waste equals savings. Now, what could kill this budget? Overbuying snacks, supplements, and pre-made meals. They can be very expensive. Relying on delivery or convenience foods, another way to quickly add up cost. Food waste. I try to freeze my meals after I make them. That way they don't go to waste. I just hate when I go to the refrigerator, look at something and it's no good anymore. And I'm like, did I just refrigerate my garbage? Shame on me. I have a challenge for you. Why don't you track 1 month of your grocery spending and then try doing some of these tips and see what you save? Let me know in the comments if you're up to this. We can make this a monthly challenge. Coupons, that's another way to save. Buy one, get one free, another way to save. If you're buying in bulk, warehouse clubs, they're very wise. But remember, you do get a lot, so it depends on the size of your family and how much you want to freeze. So I always think it's a good idea to have a plan and go through that plan. Let's walk through an example of one. Sunday, plan and shop. Monday, you do your batch cooking. Wednesday, you use some leftovers. Friday, you reset the fridge and list for next week's items. Now remember to freeze some of the leftovers. That way you can include them in one of your weeks coming up, and that'll save you some money. Now, I think you should compare your unplanned versus planned week. An unplanned week could cost you anywhere from 150 to $250, depending on how many meals you're going to make. An average cost of $8 to $10 a day is what you could shoot for when you're pre-planning these meals. You don't need to have a big budget to eat well on a GLP-1 medication, just structure and a plan. Now, I'd like all of you to put in comments how you're saving money on your budget by meal planning or bulk shopping. I'd like to hear how it's done. We could all learn from this. We could do a follow-up. We could do a challenge, maybe $50 per person a week challenge. Let me know what you think in the comments.